Hi everybody, welcome back to my mini homestead. What's the date? The 7th of August. Mom and I have been gone for 10 days. We went camping at a church campout, and the garden has gone a little wild. We did tell the neighbors come over and pick, so there's harvesting has been happening while we've been gone. But let's take a look at what happens to the garden when you're gone. Let's cue the intro. So this bed of weeds has gone a little bit crazy. I have to get out here and weed it. Like I said, this bed's coming out. Look at these raspberries. They're taller than I am. So these ones down here, again, like I said, are our spring ones. I need to get in there and pull all the dead stuff out. These are our fall ones, and they're coming in good and strong. I need to get them up. I mean, they're falling over. So that's a job I got to get done this week, but they are loaded. And we got sprinklers. Oh, I gotta get past these things. Okay. Ah, okay, let's take a look this way. Okay, so the raspberries are behind me. I mean, look at how high they are. I can't wait to harvest them. They'll be so good. Let's keep going. So this is what it's looking like out here. Really pretty. My dahlias are all coming in really nice. The beans are going crazy, and you can see they're growing in here. Now, we're gonna have to pull, I mean, some of them are gonna be too big to eat, but we gotta get in here and get it all cleaned up so that they keep growing. We'll have a harvest out of here. And then, okay, I gotta show you this. Those are my zucchinis. Now these are the gray ones that are supposed to be smaller, so we usually harvest them when they're the size on the right. That is the size that they are. They are huge. I'm hoping they'll be okay for zucchini bread, thinking they might be a bit too big to stuff. And then let's take a look. Here's our tomato plants. So we got lots of tomatoes coming. I need to get out here. I can hear the sprinkler. I need to get out here and take them down. Like, I'm moving the hooks along the trellis here. So at the top here where the trellis is, I'm moving the hooks over. So I got to get those moved over. We've got our big beef are growing out here now. So, I mean, nice big tomatoes out here. I mean, I've got to harvest. There's lots of tomatoes in here. And I mean, look at what's coming. We're gonna have lots and lots of tomatoes. So, at the end of the beds, we've got the Romas, the Beatrix, love them. They look so great. Let me just look. So let me look at, okay, so there's my hand. And there's that gray zucchini. So, gotta harvest. Today's all about harvest. And tomato plants are getting so big, they're falling over. I'm going to make different cages for them next year. But I mean, those are big, beautiful tomatoes. Really happy with that. Looks like, oh, Mom, you got to come see this. Cucumbers have not been picked. It's huge. Like, I mean, Mom just said, oh no. So we got to harvest them. I don't think those are going to be any good for eating. And then, yeah, there's a bunch of them in there. And then here is our pimento peppers that are coming, and then our undetermined peppers. So I have no idea what they are, but they haven't been picked while we've been gone. And these ones, I have no idea what they are. And then here's our cantaloupe growing. So it's coming along. And some bigger ones down in there. And again, way behind last year. Just too busy. Up there, I lied. There's one with blossom and rot. And I'm going to do a video on what I do about that. Next bed. It's looking like a bit of a jungle, but basil's coming. Dill. I mean, we'll have lots of dill in the spring. I mean, it'll just fall off and self-seed. But there's the cucumbers on this side. There's like another one. And we just want short, stubby little cucumbers. Got to get them out of here, otherwise the plants will stop growing, but we do have some. I don't know, I think our pickling cucumbers will not be a success this year. Let's keep going. So over in this bed, I've got nice big, not big, this is a good size zucchini coming there. And they've just had mostly male flowers, so not a whole lot of success over here. But then again, I've been gone for 10 days, so who knows who's been picking what. Now here, let's take a closer look at the dahlias. Need to get here and deadhead, but they're looking beautiful. Nice big tomatoes coming there. I mean, look at the size of these tomatoes. This is what I am planting next year, and I'll be doing a whole video just about the tomatoes. All right, more beautiful dahlias. Now they're a really deep red, and they're not showing up in the film like that deep red, but they're gorgeous. Then we got white ones, more, and then these are the ones I had ordered a tuber and got it, and they're beautiful. They're just gorgeous. And then one more. There we go. Now take a look at this. There are our blackberries. I'm not sure if they're ready to come. Nope, it's still too firm. Not ready to harvest yet. We're gonna have a fair amount. I still haven't got them trimmed up. Now these are just Roma tomatoes, and not thrilled with how they're turning out. They're small. They're just, oh, that one's no good. It's just a yellow thing. We have harvested. They've been harvested. We have canned, but not going to be growing this variety again next year. Oh, and let me show you. This is the cabbage where I harvested the cabbage. I need to get in here. So I left it to grow, and I need to get in here now and pull everybody off. So I'm just going to snap a bunch off. And that one had a good head coming, because all I want is 2 heads left. So need to get in here and do, I think what I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So I need to get in here, clean them up, and only leave 2 heads on all of them. And we should get a harvest this fall. All right, greenhouse time. Now while we were gone, I had tied the shade cloth down and it has stayed in place. Cucumber plants are not looking great. I got to get in here and trim them. It has dropped down here and is growing. I'm just going to cut off all the yucky looking stuff. And then we have tomatoes. Now we had an outbreak of tomato hornworms, which we found just before we left, which is a good thing. I haven't seen any since we've gotten back. So tomatoes are growing good. And then look up there, you can see the sun golds. So I need to get a ladder in here so I can pick these. I'll get something mushed up there, something ate something. So got to get up here and harvest. Something's eating my tomatoes, and it's not Missy, because Missy's been gone. So I need to set some traps. Oh, look at, oh! Okay, what is it? Traps are coming out. Now this is my big beef that was planted as a sucker. It's coming along good. I just need to take the suckers off because I've been gone. So like this one here was not here when I was here. So got to cut that out, and then we'll just continue to lay them down. And then I've got basil planted in here. Oh, and what I forgot to show you, all my glads that I saved last year, I got them planted out just before we went on our vacation. They're all coming up good in here. I put them in here so they have a longer season, just because I got them in so late. And then we have my one lonely lima bean or butter bean, whatever you want to call it. So let's hit the poolside garden. We're going to call this Herb Garden Gone Wild. I think I'm just going to come in here, cut it all back, and see what happens. And you can see the drip line's working. My plan is to get peas planted out here. Strawberries are coming good, but we took all the stupid weeds out, and trees, and we got some more trees growing. So I got to get in there and do some work. So these two beds need to be planted. These are the beans that I showed you in the previous video, and you can tell they're going yellow, which is what we want because they're just old. And so there's beans. So I need to get out here and start harvesting them so I can get something else planted in here. And then there's our haskaps and beautiful dahlias. Now we had some potted plants, like hanging baskets, and I just dug them out because we were going and planted them in here. So they are growing. I mean, they're meant for hanging baskets. And then I've got some lysianthus up here as well. And now let's get up here to Blueberry Hill. Before we head to Blueberry Hill, I had transplanted a bunch of snapdragons from the lower garden that had the flower garden out front that had self-seeded. And they didn't look so good at first, but now they're sending up new stalks and they're looking, I mean, they're pretty. And then for Dad's celebration of life, we had some hanging baskets that we put on the stage and we planted them in here, and this looks gorgeous. Over here is a hibiscus plant. Planted it out for, I think I'm going to try this for the next, see what happens. It's an indoor plant. Planted it out for the summer, and then we'll get it, dig it up in the fall and put it inside. And then there's our little bonsai, what I call the bonsai apple tree. Oh, and then we had some greenery plants in a basket too for Dad's celebration of life. So I just planted them around the base of the tree so they'd have shade. So it's looking not bad. All right, let's go Blueberry Hill again. So here's the new asparagus bed and the weeds. I think this is the first one I'll weed out of here. And I'm not sure if those are the trees coming or not, but I'll get those all pulled out. Our rhubarb, and then the old bed, it's 2 years old, asparagus plants, and they are, oh, we got more, asparagus is growing. What can I say? And weeds. I think those are trees. And then our blueberries. So I think the birds have cleaned off our blueberry bushes while we were gone because I don't see any. So it's time to get to work. I forgot. This birch tree, we've made arrangements for it to come out, but they are book solid, so they're going to try to squeeze us in somewhere and get it out of here. So we'll wait and see what happens. What you can see too is behind me, it's smoky out. I can smell it a bit, my throat knows it a bit, but it's not too crazy bad. I think the fire is about 3.5 hours away from here, maybe a bit more. There's one in Adams Lake, which is close to Salmon Arm, and then there's one that is close to Kamloops. And so as far as we know, that's where the smoke's coming from. But anyhow, not bad. 10 days away. Of course, couldn't do it without the drip irrigation. Neighbors picking all the veggies they wanted. It's not like I have a huge crop this year because of rhinos and stuff. But it is now time to go and harvest and do some weeding. So thanks for watching. Make sure and subscribe. Click that like button. And share with your friends. I need more subscribers, everybody. So take care. Have a great long weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.